Hello, in that video I'll show you another product I got from Banggood. It's huge power bank and car jump starter in one unit. BlitzWolf BW-JS1. I have a lot of BlitzWolf products, because they're really good quality and still much cheaper than some branded one. Who bought some BlitzWolf product know that the quality is already shown on the packaging, and that jump starter isn't the exception. Here we have a nice box with all the specification on it. And inside the box is even better protective case. Its size is about 23 by 14 by 9 cm. Inside of the case we find a power bank on the bottom, which is additionally protected to the cover. On upper drawer we find a starter clamp, micro USB and USB Type-C cable, manual and warranty ticket. The case is great, it's soft so it can be broken, and got enough space so we can easily put all together with additional USB charger in it, and also get a carrying belt. There are nothing special about USB cables, it works just fine, but the clamp is one of the best I've seen so far. It's small, solid and strong. Usually on some cheap jump cables come big uninsulated clamp with soft spring and thin copper, so I was really amazed about that clamp. I like that they're really good insulated, so almost no way to make short by accident. And the spring is so strong it leaves traces on soft wood. 6 square millimeter cable go on one side of the clamp and another piece of wire connected to other side of the clamp, so you get power and boot contact, which is made out of 1.6 millimeter thick copper. Power bank itself is some kind of bulletproof. That strong 2-component housing is really amazing. Its size is about 18.5 by 10 by 4.5 centimeters. And weight about 630 grams or 200 grams more with clamps. On top we got one button to check the battery status, which shown by 4 LEDs, and to control the flashlight. Under the soft rubber protection cover we find all the connectors. There are micro USB or USB Type-C for charging the power bank with 2 amp, and 2 basic USB outputs with quick charge 3 function, so it can give us 5 volts 3 amp, 9 volts 2 amp or 12 volts 1.5 amp on output USB. And there are also 2 5mm banana connectors for clamp, which can handle a lot of power. Firstly I tried to use it as power bank with QC3 function, camera, battery, charger, phone, tablet and so on. And it worked just fine, switching the voltage and charge the USB devices. I hope it offers also quick charge of themselves, but it can only be charged at 5 volts and 2 amp. So when the power bank is completely drained, need about 5 hours to charge. I think we're all interested what's inside, so let's unscrew the tiny screws and check it. First thing I notice is housing. It's really tough and strong, covered with lot of rubber. Around the joint is silicone rubber to prevent water leakage. Then we got here a circuit board and 4S LiPo battery. Main wires of battery go direct to connectors, so we got voltage here all the time. Service connector from the battery go to circuit board for charging and supply the power bank. I tried to remove sponge from the battery to see the numbers on it, but I only see the date, not the capacity. Then dig a bit deeper. Every component is strongly fixed on its position with screws. There's one circuit with a button and capacity level indicator. The main circuit got function of battery management system, so the battery can be over discharged or overcharged. Switching the light, step up the USB voltage, and it also got temperature sensor which come close to battery. And then we got here 3W LED with additional lens, which also got sealed around. Here I got the battery pack, and I was really interested about its capacity. Specification says it's 12,000 mAh, but producers always, really always promote the sum capacity of all batteries. So if there are 4 cell battery, 12,000 mAh divided by 4 is 3000 mAh, so check if that package really got 3000 mAh capacity. I tried to plug it on my charger, but the service connector didn't fit on any board, so I need to improvise. That's the voltage of new cell. Firstly I tried to discharge it to about 3.5 volt per cell. I drained out about 1500 mAh capacity, because battery wasn't totally full. And that's the inner resistance on discharged battery. Then I charged them back with about 2100 mAh, and also the resistance is a bit better on fully battery. So I can say the capacity is about 3000 mAh or 12,000 mAh on 3.8 volts as producers advertise. It's high C-rate battery pack with low inner resistance, so it can handle big current. Specifications say it's up to 800 amp, maybe for a second or two, but if we put capacity and inner resistance into calc, we can see it's about 26 C-rate battery, which can be constantly rated about 80 amp. Now we can assemble it back together, and then check one more thing. It's clamp smart protection. Into plastic box you can find a circuit board with one big relay. That circuit checks the voltage from both sides, income and outcome, so it can protect against too low or too high voltage, wrong polarity, overcurrent or short protection. In any case, it just switch off the relay. Now let's try to make a test. The jump starter is suitable up to 4.5 liter gasoline engine and up to 3 liter diesel engine. So far I don't got a problem with my 1.2 liter gasoline Clio and 2 liter diesel Golf, but I'm sure it starts without problem. So let's try to the limit on that old bastards who know very well when the winter is. That tractor starts really hard. We don't use them every day, so also new 120 amp hour battery didn't last long. But today it starts some kind, because they are a few degrees positive this day, but I try to help with jump starter anyway. Flashlight is really handy. With a long press we turn it on, and then with press select between flashing or SOS function and turn it off. Now connect smart clamp into power bank. Red and green LED starts flashing. That means that it's prepared to hook red clamp on positive pole and battery and black to negative or ground. Then we hear the relay turning on and off. It means we're ready to start the motor. You see the difference? Started turning much faster, so the motor starts easier and faster. That fast that the amp meter didn't even measure the current. After we start the motor, there are red LED on the clamp, so we got no more power on them and can be safely removed. Now I try on second tractor, which is without battery during winter. So when I plug the clamp, need to hold the button for 3 seconds to avoid some safety and got direct output, also if there are no battery. But after some time of no action, relay turned off, so we need to replug the clamp and hold the button again. There's no way to start that motor without 20 seconds preheating. So I do that preheat, which consume about 30 to 40 amp, and after 20 seconds preheat, the motor starts easily after about 3 months of winter hibernating. Then I start also the third tractor, and again the toughest one, so I completely discharge the battery, until the smart clamp activates low voltage protection. I was amazed how long I tried to starting the tractor and preheating with a single charge of battery. As you can see, the current was about 217 amp. Then I quickly go to workshop and open them to see the battery status. It heat up to 40 degrees Celsius and discharged to about 3 to 3.2 volt per cell. Then I plug it to USB charger, and after about 5 hours and 40 minutes it charged with about 9500 mA. Why 9500 and not 12,000 mA as they said? Because this is the capacity of cell, which is 3.4 to 4.2 volts. But we charge them with 5 volts. Also when I use it as power bank, I drain out about 9500 mA. If we make a simple calculation without voltage converting clauses, we actually got this number. So battery definitely is 12,000 mAh or 3000 mAh per cell. Next day I catch some more daylight and try to make a few more starts of that oldies. Firstly I try on 45 kW reform mully, which is without battery. When I connect the clamp and push their button for 3 seconds, protection recognized too low voltage. That's happened if there are no battery. In that case we need to push the button to avoid some safety before we plug boot clamp. But need to be careful so we don't make some short, which is not easy with that great insulated clamp. It starts so easy I didn't drain even level of battery. Then I try and reform matrack 45 kW. This motor needs a lot of preheat to start, but after 20 seconds of heating, which drain about 40 to 15 amp, one of protection switch off the power, so I need to replug quickly, heat a bit more and then start easily. That was Universal 45 on its own battery. Then I turned it off the battery switch and tried to start them only with the jump starter. Want more? No problem. There are much more RPM of starter, because voltage is a bit higher than 12 volts, so motors start much better and faster. I didn't count, but if you don't drain the battery too much with preheating, it lasts for 10 starts for sure. After all that, I just can say it's an awesome product, and so far I already used them few times to start the tractor and plow the snow instead of charge the battery. I don't know how many times the battery will survive it so rough using, but there is no problem to replace the battery, maybe also it's some bigger capacity one. I got lot of time and nerves saved with that product. If you need them, also check description below for the order link and exclusive coupon to get them under $50. But only 15 pieces. That's it for today. Thanks for watching, like, share and subscribe if you like, and see you next time.